Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. What's up, my guys? Welcome to another show, NBA Talk with Jay. No Jordan shirt today, man. A little paint splatter with my guy. You guys ready for some NBA talk, some playoff talk with Jay Money and the Shark? I believe he's somewhere riding the wave or not getting out of the water, I believe. My guy, the legend, the shark himself, my brother. What's up, my guy?
Oh, what's going on? The intros are getting better by the day. I don't know if it's because it's Thirsty Thursday or if it's just because it's a triple header of NBA basketball in a campaign we are really fortunate to have. I mean, I think about it every day. Last year at this time, there was nothing going on in the world, really, when you think about it. The middle of May last year, we were waiting till July 23rd for baseball to come back, and then, of course, basketball subsequently after that. But just take a step back and realize how fortunate we are. We have a three-game card today. I couldn't be more excited to dive into it. And J Money is money. No doubt about that. Where do you want to begin?
My guy Shark with the fresh haircut, man. I see you over there. July 23rd, my brother's birthday. Absolutely lovely day, I must say. But yeah, man, let's get to it. Three games on the card today. Just let me retweet it. Everybody that's on the show, man. If y'all have Twitter, retweet it right now. Tell them we live right now, my guys. We live. If you don't know how to do it, just go down to the share button on the show. Just go to share. You can either copy link, or if your Twitter or Facebook connected, you can just share right to it, my guy. But copy the link, post it on Twitter if you can. Let's try to get everybody in here live, my guy. We got Shark looking fresh over there. I got the little V-neck on, but you don't see, got the fresh fade, man. I can dig it. You coming off some nice cash yesterday, cash with the Knicks, man. We cash with Jazz early and often. They smack City them boys up, man. On to today's game here. We do have the spot here, Shark. I'm not saying it's not one that I absolutely hopped on. No, we have Bucks versus Heat here. Just to read you guys off the stat real quick, my guys. Teams that since 2005, NBA playoffs teams down 0-2 have gone 90, 49, and 2, which is 65% against the spread in the first half of game 3, my guys. Here we have the Heat basically land 1.5 in the first half on a full game line of them being the dog. I'm thinking bookmakers saying it's very possible that the Heat could come out, regardless of what the bookmakers saying. I think that he could come out here with first quarter, first half. If they have anything in the tank and don't want to get swept, you have to come out here with some intensity, some sense of urgency early. That doesn't mean that it'll translate to a full game win. But the way I'm looking at it, I can only look towards Heat here in this first quarter and first half, my guys. What you thinking, my guys, Shark?
Yeah, no disagreement for me there. We've been talking about this for the last couple of days. The reversals in the halves game to game are very, very noteworthy. Of course, Miami did come out and insult my bankroll within small margins last game with an absolutely insulting performance. 132-98 final, but that game was over in the first quarter. They came out with zero intensity. And there was a bit of a field goal percentage outlier. I was looking at a Pythagorean stat on that, and I said this before. Comically, the adjusted final average of that game was 110 to 106, given the expected long-term field goal percentage in that game. And we do see this. I say it every day. Steph Curry changed the game for better or worse. Mm-hmm. And that's a shout to Steph for being the most entertaining basketball player I've personally watched in the last 8 years, but also for making young kids who truly don't have the ability to shoot 30-point or 30-foot three-point shots just contaminating their strategy, basically. And we see it. Certain teams come out with great energy, great intensity, but they just can't shoot. They're down by 30, the game's over. It never used to happen in the 90s like that. And that's kind of what happened in Milwaukee in game 2. I think you find basically, without even looking at Milwaukee versus Miami here, you find, as you said, the long-term motivated spot. And we're not telling anybody who's watching this any sort of rocket science here. When you're down 0-2 and you come home off a blowout, you should be juiced up.
You better be, or your ass gonna get swept.
Right. And, we don't want to just autopilot that because, of course, you can get yourself in trouble. They are pro athletes. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I talk about it every day, a much better leader in the locker room than people really know publicly, I think, as he gets better with English and really can motivate. The language is a really important thing. I know I certainly couldn't go over to China and motivate Chinese people. I don't speak Chinese. I could give them a nice little sharky look, but that's not going to speak for their actual psychology in the locker room. But now that he's learning the language, I think he really has this group juiced up. I think they're pissed. I think this is a revenge tour, specifically against Miami, but against the entire league. And the final point on Milwaukee, we've been saying this all year. They coasted the regular season with the intention of having more energy in the playoffs. I do think Miami first half would be the look. The game for me is going to be a difficult one, however.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I'll be honest, guys. The hesitation that I have with this game, I know that the Bucks absolutely hate the Heat. They would love nothing more to 4-0 them and put them out, put all that bubble talk to rest. The Bucks are the better team. The Heat are not the same this year. Like I say, if I had to bet, if I had some bets on this one, and I may sprinkle some on Heat first half. I do think that's the spot, but full game here. To be honest with you, like I'm not going to talk anybody out of Heat full game because like that's the only way I could look, but it's not. The Bucks really want to sweep them, like they really do, and I know this. And if they continue to play the level of defense they did in Game 2, I said this: when they're hitting their threes, they will smack the shit out of the Heat. The matchup, like you have Duncan Robinson out there is absolute barbecue chicken. Tyler Hero, I mean, they're good on offense, but on defense, they're absolute barbecue chicken. Whenever PJ Tucker's on Jimmy Butler, he can't do anything. Jimmy Butler's been a bum these past 2 games. Why? Because they know how to guard him now. So I could see the Bucks going up 3-0. I could see them sweeping them. I still would lean towards Heat coming out here early, but it's something I hadn't hopped on yet. But it is the spot, though. The spot is the Heat early spot. If they want to come out with any type of thing and not get swept, you have to show something in first quarter and first half. They pretty much just have to have the lead at the end of the first quarter, first half, my guy. So we'll see if they can get hot from 3. Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, like they did in Game 1. A heavy leans for me for Heat. Heat first quarter, Heat first half, my guy. Real quick, sure. I know we don't really talk about totals too much. This line did get steamed down 3 points. It's been somewhat like a defensive type series, my guy. What you think in this one? Do you think the Heat bring a lot stronger defensive effort? Just thoughts.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think they have to. That has to be their adjustment point. When you give up 132, I mean, that's the first thing you look at. So, yeah, I do think the under would be a theoretical lean. I'm not really messing with totals that much. Comically, I'm saying that when I was actually looking at a total in one of the later games as being a fairly decent point. But I mean, just generally speaking, yeah, I think this would be an underlean if anything.
Got you. Yeah, I want to know what you was thinking on the late game, man. What was it? The under in the Nuggets first play? Blazers is over. What you was just thinking about?
No, it was actually the over in the Lakers game.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go to segue to that one then, my guy.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at that game first of all, and we look at line functionality. The line functionality has not mattered in the Milwaukee series. When Milwaukee laid more points, they didn't cover. When they laid less points, they covered. Now they come in here at -1.5 off of 4.5. That's a 3-point gap, so it's really razor sharp, and that's why we're a little afraid of the game. We would prefer this line to come down to a pick'em or even Miami -1 because when you look at what's going on in the other games, Portland is moving 6 points towards Portland. It was +2. Now it's -4. So that's showing you Portland's strength. And the Lakers is showing even more strength. It was -1.5 road in the second game. Then it comes in at 6.5, 7. That's 5-6. So the movement in the Western Conference is very similar and strong. The Eastern Conference doesn't seem to matter as much. And when I was looking at the total here, I was looking at how Game 1 played in the Phoenix series, 99-90 on a low-scoring game. And then the Lakers covering on a higher scoring game. And that total pushed, I believe, or it was right on the number. And I think if the Lakers are favored at -7, so they're saying that when the Lakers cover, they want to score points. And if they come home and now they're favored by more and the total's coming up a half point, I think it's suggesting this game could have more pace here tonight.
Yeah, I could see that as well. We saw the last game pretty much hit. I think it went 211. So the line at like basically 210.5, 211. It went right there at 211. I'm with you on that. We know that Chris Paul was severely limited in the game. You got a lot of Cameron Payne. I am one to think, I mean, especially on the -7 line. We know that the Suns will never lay down, but I am one to think. I mean, we've been saying it all season. Chris Paul is 36. He shouldn't have went balls to the wall in the regular season. I mean, look, you do all that to get the number 2 seed, and you get in the playoffs and find out that seed doesn't fucking matter. I mean, you're the 2 seed, and you're the underdog to the Lakers. So, I mean, you did all that. I feel like they should have rested him up some. I mean, just the way I'm thinking, they're not going to rest him tonight. He's going to play. But I'm just saying, I think that they should rest him and try to come back and try and steal Game 4 to have him. I mean, would you rather Chris Paul be out there 50% both games, or would you rather him be 100% one game? If I was them, I'd be just me. I would want him 100% one game. He's not right now. It's like the Suns +7. It looks really nice. You're not getting a full lowly Chris Paul out there. He's looking to get maybe he's 20 assists and maybe 4 points. Like he's barely even taking shots, winning when he is. The guy is not at 100%. They're saying it's a stinger. The guy is absolutely injured. If you see the way the minutes that he's playing in the game, Chris Paul is injured, guys. He may have separated the shoulder, but I know a couple of shots were short. He's a 90% free throw shooter. He's missing free throws out there. The guy is not right, guys. Yeah. So he's pretty much just out there to help coach, just to be there, help his team. But he is definitely, I would say, maybe 40, 50%. I'm with you there. It is showing a lot of strength for the Lakers here. I do think it's money. I think it originally opened up at 5.5. It is up to 7 now. Obviously, people know about the Paul injury. It's a tough game for me, I must say. With the Lakers coming to the house in this game, I do think one of these games the Suns are going to cover. I'm going to watch this game and see what happens. Hopefully, Lakers blow them out by 10. I can come back on the Suns plus the points in the next game. Shark, any thoughts on this one?
Well, a general point, obviously we say this every day. Not every board is just absolute ringer Vegas State 100 Max Bomb Central, and this board is not. This is a tough board. This is a really tough board, and we're not pressing bets, so we're not going nuts here. But and that's where I looked at the total. So I was thinking, okay, there might be a little more transparency. I do think it's trending that direction. Obviously, the Lakers scored 90 points in the first game. They came back with a nice little offensive effort last time. And again, the line's coming up. And you look at actually what happened at Staples this year. Of course, it was different in the regular season. Some guys were in and out of the lineup. But the last game they played at Staples was actually 123-110 at a 233 final. And I just think in general, an environmental shift, the national games, Staples, they will have fans there. I think without Chris Paul at full steam too, Chris Paul, obviously is much more of a half-court style player. I just think it suggests a more wide open game. And I think that, oftentimes when you look at the first two games, people would say, okay, this is a slow series. And this is not necessarily specific to this series. It does flip. And then all of a sudden people were like shocked that it hit up at like 225 or something.
Hey, bro, I hate to mention this, but I have to. And I don't have a bet on the game. Scott Foster reffing the Lakers game, guys. I don't know, just much else. I feel like he refs the most Laker games. When he refs the Lakers games, they usually call. I'm not telling anybody to take them because I'm not on it, and it's not that simple. But I am scared as hell away from. I'm not taking Suns. I'm not taking Lakers. I'll watch this game as a fan. I won't have I'm not live betting nothing. But let's just see how the game is called. With like I say, games like this we learn. Just know that sometimes some of these refs, they have hidden agenda. So it's just me personally, I'm gonna watch the game and learn, see what's up with Scott Paul, see what he got going, man. That not always be the case, but those Laker games are some of the most fishiest, and the people that know, they know. It's people that know even more than I do. So just be interesting to see. But he is reffing the game. Lakers sitting at -7, total at 211.5. So in all honesty, with Scott Foster reffing the game, that may help the over as well. Sometimes you can get a little whistle happy. I'd be looking at, I hate playing totals, but I would be looking at the over in that one, Shark. What you think? Anything official or just a lean for you?
Just a lean for now. I mean, obviously it's only 12:30 here Eastern. The game doesn't tip off for another 10 hours. But I do think the over is probably the best look there.
Got you. Yeah, I can dig you. On that. I think Foster in that one is going to – you might look towards the total in that one. I can see 10-215. Let's get to this late game, my guy. And like I say, I don't think that a lot of refs, guys, manipulate games. But if there was one, that's the only thing I'm going to say is Scott Foster, my guy. Next game, y'all know – who was it? Tim Donaghy? I think it's Scott Foster's cousin. That's his cousin.
Oh, really?
I think they like – no, not officially. Not cousins, Shark. I'm just saying – yes.
His third cousin.
They're officially unofficial related, my guys, but they got mob ties over there. But Nuggets versus Blazers, my guy. Nuggets versus Blazers. You talk about the strength moving up for the Blazers. Only play I'm putting in so far, guys. I did hop on Blazers first half, -2, a little sprinkle on it. Other than me hopping on Heat first half, I think the Blazers are one of those stronger plays out there. Not necessarily full game, but first half, come out juiced up at the house. I'm watching the Damian Lillard and watch him talk. Oh, they're putting Aaron Gordon on you. He said, we'll see. So we'll see if we get Logo Lillard tonight. I think they'll come out hot in the first quarter and first half, to be honest with you. But I got someone, and the Blazers are a really good first quarter team at the house as well. They're really good first quarter offense as well. So I may put someone the Blazers first quarter as well. But right now, just being real with you guys, only thing I have money on US dollars is on Blazers first half -2. I like it, my guys. Blaze them up. I think if true zigzag type of series, I think this is a Blazers type game now. I mean, they took their best punch from the Nuggets. We know it. Even still, then at the point of time, it was like they were outscoring them. They were down 20 and outscoring them by the backcourt was 43-14. So the Blazers still have a huge backcourt edge. It's just everybody else, like the bigs, got it going for the Nuggets, and they played a lot better defense. But I think the Blazers are going to come with a counterattack here, especially early on. I couldn't talk anybody out of Blazers first quarter. I'm on official Blazers first half -2, my guy. What we doing, Short?
Nothing for me on this one. Again, I just made the comment. This board's just tough for me. I think there's a lot of merge. And, one point, game threes coming home to the other stadium when it's tied 1-1, oftentimes kind of just resets the neutrality of the series. It's another game one almost. And we just don't necessarily know who's going to be super motivated because theoretically, Denver did not hold home court. So if they want to reset home court, they have added motivation themselves to go in there and steal one. And it's just tough for me. I could make a counter narrative to either side. So nothing for me on this one. This is just another great game to watch. And large scale point, I always say this. You don't always have to have a sweat on every game. So a couple games tonight that are going to be really good to watch. And of course, that's why we have baseball. That's why we have other endeavors. And it's just a beautiful Thirsty Thursday. Suddenly engaged.
I want to hear the counter narratives for the Nuggets, my guys. I really do. I was like, put it like this: sell me on the Nuggets if you could.
It's more so just the narrative point that they tanked one at home, so they need one to reset home court. If they go in here, excuse me, and they lose both, which theoretically home court is set up so you lose 2 on the road and you win 2 at home, right? Like that's how it should play out if all home teams win. So right now, Portland actually has home court advantage. So Denver needs to steal 1. And it's like, which one are they going to steal? And for me, it's not necessarily just going to be game 4. It could be here. Denver has not been super linear in their energy all year. Like Denver, for me, is definitely a team that could come up here and win this game tonight. Like just scrap it together. And worse off, we talk about this all the time. Sometimes when the line does move up to the opponent, so Portland gets like a 5.5 point jump here, that shows strength. But sometimes they over adjust it and it actually pulls back where the Portland functionality is better as a dog as opposed to a favorite laying that number. And it's the playoffs. You get peak motivation. And this is what we always talk about. Consistency to the inconsistency is fantastic in the regular season because you really find teams that just don't do anything and you get a 50-point blowout. This is the consistency to the consistency. So I think you're looking at a sharp average number 1. And again, Denver needs one of these games to reset home court advantage. So,
you know what? The Blazers at the house, Portland, them motherfuckers finna be going crazy. A lot of people don't know. Portland is a tough place to play. They're gonna have some fans and they're gonna have some not a bunch of it's not gonna be packed house, but they're gonna have some fans. They're gonna be juiced up. Every reason that you have mentioned, my guys, is why I'm not on the full game here. I still think the Blazers are going to win this game. I am one to think that maybe the Nuggets, because when we think about the Nuggets, they were good on the road for a while. Then they start to spurt off and become that better home team and have that home court advantage like they did. I mean, obviously with the altitude. Now I think it's going to get to revert back to the Nuggets team that doesn't necessarily play well on the road. Maybe in game 4 after getting punched in the mouth. This particular first road game of the playoffs, first home game for the Blazers coming off the loss. We have the juice spot, the team that's pissed off. Give me Blazers first half -2. I didn't have a whole lot of hesitation taking it, my guys. I like Dame and the guys to keep going to guards. The Nuggets guards can't handle them. You see what I'm saying? So it's just all about which one is going to win. Is Jokic going to shoot 75% from the field again? Likely not. They were juiced up in the last game. They were down 0-1 at the house. They were supposed to come out like that. We cashed off of it. It's supposed to. But now it flipped here. I really think that the Blazers are the team that comes out as the aggressor here. They've shown that defensively they maybe can lock up as well. I mean, good, because just think about it. These guys have guys like Robert Covington. I mean, they got Nurkic back, who had a terrible game last game as well. I believe he fouled out in the game, but regardless, it was a Nuggets type of game last game, period. The way that it was called, everything. It was a Nuggets type game. Quick fouls on Nurkic, quick fouls on CJ, you know what I'm saying? All this. This time, I think it flips, my guy. I think it'll be a Blazers type game. A Dame Lillard logo. Oh, did he just shoot from fucking Seattle or something? But logo Lillard out there. Oh, you want to put Gordon on me? He's bigger size, but he's too slow to keep up with me, man. I think we're gonna see some foul calls on the Nuggets here, maybe early calls. Blazers first half -2.
What do you think about the total here?
I'd look towards the under, to be honest with you. I think the Nuggets have to win with defense. Simply put, you can't run and gun with the Blazers. If you run and gun with the Blazers, they will smack you up and run you out of the gym.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's nothing official for me on this total. However, I do look at how Portland won game 1 defense. And when the Nuggets can really open up and shoot and run, that's when they win. And I made the comment going back 2 years ago to the series between Denver and Portland. When Portland won games in that series, they did defend. It was really key to keeping the Nuggets from scoring the basketball. And I think if you're going to get on the Portland side tonight, similar to where if you get on the Lakers side, I think it's more of an over. If you get on the Portland side tonight, I think it could be an under here. And I think they have to defend, period.
Got you. No, I dig that. Like I say, man, and Shark said it really good. Not every board is going to have those spots. I'll tell you, though, my spots would be Blazers early and Heat early. I don't necessarily have the black and red. I got it on the red side. It's got some flu game 12s. You see what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I'm gonna throw the flu game 12s on today. Little black and red action. You know what I'm saying? They're actually the bread 12s, not the flu games with the suede on them. These the bread 12s with the leather. You dig what I'm saying? So we throwing them on black and red. It's a Dame. I don't wear a watch, but I think it's Dame time tonight. I think he's pissed. I think he's juiced up. Him and CJ are absolutely unguardable in this series. Even last game, 43-14, really spoke volumes. Even though they were down in the game, it was Jokic and Gordon, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the guys. Millsap even had a damn good game. I think they come with some counter guys. You might see Derrick Jones Jr., defensive specialist as well. You might see some guys like him come out, tighten up this rotation. A last angle that I have for this game, Terry Stotts, likely what they say, we're going to fire you at the end of the season. Terry Stotts has a lot to prove during these playoffs. He really needs to win one of these series. Regardless of that, he really has to win. And they have to win this game at the house, but they got to come to play. He has to have his team ready, and he has to at least take this to game 7, even if he loses, just to show that he's still a damn good coach, even not for Portland, for another squad. Maybe somebody like the Magic or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because he's still a damn good coach. Maybe his time's run out with the Blazers. But all the motivation for the players, for the coach, home crowd, juiced up, first playoff game, first road playoff game for the Nuggets. Give me the Blazers here early. I might hop on them first quarter as well. They're a damn good first quarter team at the house. I know Dame, his kids got a little older now. You see what I'm saying? I'm just quiet down for me. Just let me get some sleep tonight so I go bust these boys up. Then you cry all you want, man. Blazers first half for me, -2. Official, like a referee blowing the whistle, my guy. Heavy leans to Heat first quarter, first half as well, my guys. Juice spot. Shark, what you liking today?
Well, as I said, it's not a top graded board for me. And I have made a few mistakes, actually. You know, self-awareness is key. I pushed a couple bets in the playing that I probably shouldn't have bet. I didn't know enough. It was the first time we've ever seen NBA basketball playing games outside of the bubble. I didn't know enough. It's a tough card for me tonight. I'm leaning towards the Lakers over. If I make it official, I will post it on Twitter, and I'll probably tell Jay Money because I trust the man with my life. And Jay, close him out.
That's my guy, my fucking brother, man. Love you, my guy. Yeah, so I would be looking at the under in Bucks and Heat. I'd be looking at the over in Suns and Lakers, and I'm not a total guy. And I'd be looking at under in Nuggets and Blazers, my guys. I think you might see 2 unders, 1 over. I think my guys on the right track with that over in the Lakers. Oh, Scott Foster, one of the most whistle happy refs out here, especially for the Lakers. May see them put up 120 points tonight. I think that over might be the side, and I believe after a couple of close unders as well. So, yeah. Hey, couple of more fouls. One of them team gets in a bonus, man, you're going to see it over. But Blazers first half -2 official for me. Like I say, heavy leans to Heat first quarter, first half. Even if they lose the game, I could see them coming out hot. You know what I'm saying? Just leading by 1 or 2 at the end of the first half. Then the Bucks could put it on and say, all right, you know what? Enough of this. We want rest. We want to smack the shit out of you. We want to show you that the bubble last year was a lie. It was an outlier. We are better than you. I can see it. Bucks might sweep the Heat, my guys. I'm not on full game betting blindly now too, but I would take that first half though. We appreciate everybody for watching, guys. 321 watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If you have Twitter, share it on Twitter if you can, man. You could just go to my post, retweet if you can, man. We really appreciate it. The likes and retweets just make us want to do it even more. The interactions, comments, all that, my guys. So appreciate everybody for watching, man. That's my guy, Shark and Sports, my brother from another mother. Go and follow him on Twitter. I'm your host at J Money is Money, man. Go and follow me on Twitter as well. Instagram at NBA Talk with J Money, all that. We appreciate you, my guys. We back tomorrow. Let's go.